Lutrot. You allow me to say the road show, it means that it's a show on the road. And whatever goes on the road, we'll talk about it. This is a morning that I don't know how you are feeling this morning. But as for me, immediately I have the opportunity to see a new day. Right from 12 a.m., I begin to feel very excited. And I always do by saying thank you, God, for a new day. Thank God for your life. And thank God for the life of the person who is watching me this morning. Yesterday we had a bad network. We started the road show and the network just went off abruptly. And I didn't want to continue because my time left was very short. This morning, I'm here again. Hopefully, I will start where I'm supposed to start. Share the page with a friend. Share the page now and tell a friend the road show is on. And tell somebody else, I say, I'm Councillor Lutrot. I'm here, Councillor Lutrot. Thank you very much, Nana Kwame. Your name is long, Papa Nana Kwame. Insia Asari Bediako. Hey, my God. Asantifo to name Amufi. Well, feel. Thank you very much for joining me, Nana. Share the page and invite a friend that we're about to discuss the topic that has 196 pages in the book that is written but not printed. And we are discussing communication in relationship and in marriage. And today I'm doing the how to communicate. And if I'm doing the how, then I need to start now. But there's so many issues going on around. And I always want to discuss some with you so that you also take a cue from that discussion. What is it? What is happening? I hear that it's alleged that Miss Bell, my friend, the son has been rushed to the hospital because he collapsed. Why did he collapse? He asked his mother, where is my father? It's a funny story because when a child will ask the mother, when a child is asking the mother, where's my father, it's not a crime. And it should not be a crime. So I wouldn't know why the report that the child has collapsed because the ass of his father. Let's put this on record. There's nothing wrong. There have not been anything that is wrong. When a woman decides to have a child with somebody's husband, there's nothing wrong with it. The only wrong thing is where the man is not known by the child as the father. Even if not in presence, by pictorial edifice. So if there's any iota of truth in the alleged collapse of Miss Bell's child, because the child asks of who his father is, unfortunately, the current generation we have, and the way Miss Bell is raising that wonderful boy, the eloquency and the total requirement of a lot of questions that must be answered, that he has that chat with the child as if the child is an adult, leaves much to be desired because it gives the child that particular impetus. My first biggest English spoken in the month of June, to request for who the father is. Usually, it doesn't make sense when it becomes a problem, but it makes sense when the truth must be told. My friend, Hear me and hear me well. If it is true, if it is true, if it is true that the child doesn't know the father, Miss Bell is not at fault. Just maybe she's thinking of the age of the child, and that is why she has refused to give the child who the father is. Let me encourage Miss Bell that what has happened some time ago with some people, not even celebrities, but a lot of people who have kept the baby's father from them, not because they want to, but for the fact that the security of the child is very essential, have one way or the other have a challenge. So she has to weigh the age of the child, and out of the age and the intelligence level of the child, then tell the child who the father is. Miss Bell, chill, because the father of a child is only known by the mother. And if your mother wishes you well, then she determines which type of sperm she wants to carry so that you have a better future. If you grow to find your father as used but less, and not used in full, you should blame your mother because she did what she did by giving access to a loose man to have sexual intercourse with. So that story will continually be part of our conversation. However, as I start my communication here today, all these issues will become part of our communication issues. Why? Because the way you communicate with a child whose father is not present in relationship will not be the same when you want to discuss or communicate with a child whose father is present as a husband. So communicating with a husband and communicating with a baby daddy is not the same. Let me acknowledge the sponsors on my show this morning. And whilst I appreciate and acknowledge the sponsors of the show, I will go quickly to read some of your messages that I've just dropped in quickly before we go, because it's communication. And when people are communicating with me, I don't want to have that same challenge the last time. And the issue is that they said I say I'm communicating, but when I come, I don't read messages. Nana Nima says, good morning. Martha says, okay, I just went in, so I might not be able to read everything because what has come just now is what is happening. This one comes, Counselor Lutrot. You are 1 in a million. Too much sense. Thank you, my dear Adwa. Martha says she should be bold enough to tell her son who the father is, and he also have the legitimate right to know, please. Yes, she should be bold enough to tell the child who the father is. But there's a stage in the life of the child that the child must be kept in suspense, especially the current generation of the children we're raising. Imagine the child of Miss Bell is my child, and Miss Bell tells the child, your father is Counselor Lutrot. The child walks to school and announces this to everybody and becomes a champion in his mouth. It makes a lot of sense for people to know this is my child. But per security arrangement, most of you don't even know my child or know my wife. Not because I'm afraid, but the security arrangement in the protocols that we are following. All the people that we meet security-wise tells us, hide where you live, hide your children until they are at the age where they can decide what to do with their life. So you see, some time ago we thought it's easy for you to let the child be known, but somebody will want to trace. There are times that even the name of the child becomes a problem when you're going to register them in school. All these things, my son, my daughter, is being done for the future of the child. I'm saying, if you grow and find out that your father is used but less, blame your mother. My children will have a better future. Why? Because their mother gave access to a better penis with a good spermatozoa, like my own. I am spending all I can. Not wasting, but spending. I am not spending what will make me look healthy. That mistake I will not do. That what must make me look happy and healthy, I want to sacrifice for my children. Forget it. If we are supposed to go with my wife to go and die, to go and die our life and become brownish on the sand in San Francisco, we are supposed to go and die our life. We just say, eat our life and enjoy in Royal Sanctuary in Kempinski for one night, and it will cost us $3,000. We will spend it and go and pay the fees in bits. Why am I saying all these things? Some of us have made ourselves burdened because of our children, and based on that, we have wrong communication with our children. Miss Bell, my friend, Miss Bell, my survivor, Miss Bell, don't follow the crowd because of the way you have raised your child for security reasons. Whoever the father of the child is, if you know, no problem. If you don't know, then I'll deal with you. There's nothing wrong in having a child with somebody's husband. All you need to know is know that this man is somebody's husband. And when you are communicating with your child, because the man in question might have other children, learn how to communicate with a child who is a child out of wedlock. To be precise, a bastard. A bastard is a child that is born out of wedlock. Go and check your dictionary. Look for the definition of a bastard. A bastard is a child that has no marital parents. So when your father is even paying child support, when the man is even paying the fees, as long as the child came out of legal or traditional or Mohammedan marriage, the child is declared as a bastard by the legal definition. So government support bastard children. Immediately a child becomes a street boy, the child falls under the coverage of bastard children that the government policy must take care of. So when you declare that I can't take care of my child and the government wants to take care of the child, there are a lot of things that goes into it. My friend, this morning we are discussing communication in relationship, and I'm doing how to communicate. I think all too soon I'm learning how to pronounce the word communication. And when I say communication now, you can see my big mouth goes like Shatawali. Wale, Wale. My brother is my son, he's not my brother. My son has an office right now in the cantonment area, the embassy building. Hey, we bless God for his life. He has so many children in town, about 3 or 4. These children have future. So how do I communicate? How? And remember, when you have a child, there's a relationship. So when we talk about marriage and relationship, I am not discussing communication, whether people are husbands or wife alone. When your mother is talking to you, it's communication. When your siblings are talking to you, it's communication. How to communicate in the office. But there's a relationship. And in each of the relationship, there is a way that you need to handle it. Let me read some messages, and let me tell you that this show is proudly brought to you by the ginger chips from Counselor Lutrot. This is a food supplement. Everywhere you are, if you want to be part of this particular thing, I don't know if you can hear me because I think that I need to change the environmental degradation of the noise that is getting into your ears. I'm sorry. I don't know why I wanted the road show to be a road noise. I don't know how you're hearing it. Can you check the sound if it's okay for you? If it's disturbing with a lot of wind, tell me, let me use my air condition so that I go that way. If the wind is, listen to it, because I want you to also experience the environment. This road show is brought to you, proudly sponsored by Ginger Honey Chips. And this is produced from Councillor Lutrot's factory, Watt Consult, and the Family Foundation Consult. This is what we do. It's a food supplement. And this family supplement is able to cause you to enjoy free flow of phlegms. If you have phlegms blocked in your throat, it will be easy for you to be able to get what you want. And who says I'm ready to buy this once? You can disturb me. What is that? I'm sorry. This road show, whatever happens, I'll tell you. They are demanding money from you to go and buy some cable. Master Francis Sambra, why? Now, me, yeah, my music better. They be a CC, the party. Jena Farmer, Mrs. Amami, that mean coming. Master Man, scan me, yeah, Master, they choke you all stress. I don't know who we are. 5 cities, so by 10, I mean, can't into this can record. These boys are smart. Hey! Hey! I'm sorry for the distraction. This is what you do in life. What you are not ready to buy, impulse buying, they put you in the corner there. But let me continue. So Ginger Chips is the one proudly supporting us this morning for what we are discussing. So we are discussing a very, very, very important issue. And I keep saying that your communication with your children, communication with your wife, communication with your in-laws, communication with the people that life touches your life is very essential and very, very important. For that matter, learn how to communicate. And we said that communication is simply where there is a sender and there is a receiver. And I made it clear to you that there are 3 basic forms of communication. One of them is what? It is when you are writing. Writing to somebody is communication. Not just by writing, not just writing, but when you also do what we call non-verbal and verbal. So when you write, when you talk, when you do actions, missing link, mood swings, they are all parts of communication. That is why, if you remember the last time when the man and the wife were having misunderstanding and they began to do communication in the form of writing, what happened to them was a very good lesson that we all learned. That the man wrote and said, "Wake me up at 4:30, I have to leave the house." The woman too wrote back and said, "It is 4 o'clock, wake up my husband." The man woke up and the note was on the table, but the time was late. And everybody was blaming the woman for not touching the man to wake him up. They are communicating through writing. And the how is very important. The how is very important. And I said it to you that the how must also be dependent on the person we are communicating with. So if you are communicating with somebody who is impaired visually, or somebody who has a disability in terms of hearing, and you decide to communicate with them by using writings, not in their form and in their format, you have not communicated, because they are visually impaired, they can't see and read. If you decide to communicate audibly by speaking verbally through the hearing, and the person has an hearing impediment, at the end of the day, you have not communicated. If you decide to put the writing somewhere that you walk 20 meters and you find this, the person can hear, the person can see, but unless they walk to the place, they will not be able to see your communique, then you have not communicated. And these are the challenges we are facing in our relationship. These are the challenges we are facing in the small relationship we find ourselves. And for that matter, we need to learn how, when, where to communicate. But today I am dealing with the how. And this is proudly brought to you by no other person, by your roadshow counselor, Councillor George Lutrot. 0277-609-644, 0277-609-644, 0277-609-644. Why am I giving you all this contact? It's because if you want to get in contact with me, these are the numbers you know. Thank you very much, Kenneth, for coming. Let me read these few messages as I continue my conversation, because we are communicating with each other. Martha, thank you very much. He says she should be bold. She is bold. If you are not bold and have self-control, you will not have a pregnancy for a man like me. The lady who has a child for me, I always tell her that you are very bold. My thanks to my wife. My wife has accepted it and she's okay. She didn't give me permission, but she has accepted it because she's the missus and nobody can take her from the place. There is a level of boldness that you need. Today, I read about a man who has 70 plus wife and have more than 240 grandchildren. In the northern part that Kofi went to have their show there yesterday after Father's Day on Monday, the Anopabo 4 show was organized from some other village in the northern part. And the man has married close to more than 70 women. And all of them live in the community. Their children are growing and are getting married. It is not because the man is too rich, but it's because the first wife has a good heart for the man. That is a topic for another day. We are learning. Some of us have made statements that were true. You didn't believe in it. Now you have to believe in it. If you still don't believe in it, it doesn't change the fact that we'll continue speaking it. I keep saying that what is true is true. Even if nobody is practicing it. What is wrong is wrong, even if everybody is doing it. Let's focus on the right and struggle to do the right thing. It is not easy at all. It's very difficult to do the right thing. But I believe you, one day, just one day, it will pay. I have gone through a lot because of the truth. But it is paying. It is paying. Why? Because I have not changed my medium of communication. I communicate like this, and I'll continue to do. So she is bold. That's why she was able to have a child for somebody. Let me continue the message. It says, but why hide your son from the father? Hey, now hear me. The child might know a certain man, but have not been told that is the father. I go to Miss Bell's house. The child knows me. Somebody else will go there. We all go and visit. But it is for security reasons. Because it could affect the man's career. We have not yet come to a position to accept the fact that a man can have more children regardless of his marital status. Some pastors have children out of some places. Hear me. If you have a child with a man, and the agreement between the two of you is that man can't check plan is a CR. It is communication. Don't be frustrated. Don't be depressed to announce the father of the child to the child now. What would the child use it for now? As a matter of fact, at the age 8 years, I'm not saying it's wrong, but per some security reasons for the child, in the age where kidnapping has become common right now, people walk to the school of my children and go and say that if we don't take care, in the school you go, they look at who can come for the child. Once they get to know my children go to school at government secretariat primary school, they will go for the children. Even my wife, where she works, those who know my wife works there, if you dare introduce my wife to anybody in the workplace, if it's within your official area and you are doing that's okay, but meet Mrs. Lutrot, I get offended. The reason is that we have a high level of security that we are trying to keep up. Jesus Christ went to Jerusalem. And when the people say, is that the Messiah? Is that the Messiah? They took stone to come and kill him. He ran away. So it is not that we are afraid of anybody, but you are being cautious. So when people are hiding their children, it's not because if Miss Bell doesn't know the man that impregnated her, I will fight her with the last breath I have. But Miss Bell knows. But she has not been given the right yet. I heard somebody saying that Miss Bell is the one taking care of the child. It's not true. The man in connection is supplying what Miss Bell is using to take care of the child. So she's not hiding the child. She's not hiding the child from the father. There's a connection. Have you thought of the emotional trauma the boy is going through just to know who the father is? The child is not going through any emotional trauma. The child is not going through. We want to create an emotional trauma for the child. That should not happen. The mother is able to manage the emotions of the child. There are times that my child is crying in the house, basa, 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 unnecessary. And all I have in me is put this thing on silent. All I have in me is very, very important. What is it? All I have is to shut him up. Hey, keep quiet. What is wrong with you? But unfortunate, it can't work like that. Why? Because the challenge is my wife, their mother, has some tools to be able, as it were, to manage the child from crying. So managing the emotions of the child is one of the giftings that God gave to women. They can easily calm them down as compared to me. So you can't tell me the child is going through an emotional trauma. Why? Because they have not been able to tell the child who the father is. No. I'm saying that there's a stage in the life of a child that the child will need the connection of the father. But once the child's father knows that my position as an MP, as a president, as a member of parliament, whatever position I hold, announcement will affect the future of the child. I want to withhold it, but I am in the child's life, and I'm praying for the child. So that's where we are coming from. MFA say it's true. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much. Angelina says that good morning, sir. And this is a long literature from Abna Quarantine. It says, so daddy, what if at this point the child, God forbid, dies? What will be the sense in hiding the father? She is making the boy suffer too much. Maybe in school, the boy is always seeing the father of others. Yes, let him see the father of others. His father is there. His father is there. Have you seen Akufo-Addo go into the school to go and visit his children before? Do you know what the level of pandemonium that will happen if a big man goes to visit the child in the school? We are talking about security reasons. We are talking about spiritual covering. So when a woman doesn't know who the father of the child is, it's dangerous. But there's a stage in the life of the child that he has to know who the father is. And it must be kept under coverage for reasons. I like your literature. I like your opinion. Does it mean you are a bastard if you were brought forth out of... Yes, go and check the definition of a bastard. Go and check it. Check it. Check it. It's not me. Go and check the dictionary. So you see, go and check the dictionary. So be careful, oh, the level. I'm on a height, so maybe that's a reason. But I'm hoping that when I drop down, it should go, because I am still live here, and I'm trying to read your message. Bro, good morning from Japan. Hey, good morning from Japan, Robert. He said, yes, you are right. Security is first thing in our life. Even God says so. So God secured heaven when the devil was misbehaving. He never... Thank you. Yes. I'm sorry. Look at the dropping from 60 straight to 24. I'm sorry. We are learning, and the network is the thing. I don't want to show you the network so that it becomes like I'm giving them publicity. But it's painful to find out that this thing is gone. Thank you. We are back online, and it's a bad network. I mean, my boy is trying to get me a better one, but the roadshow needs a stable internet. When I went over the pass, and this is what happened. So tell them, the youth of today, take everything for granted. Don't take everything for granted. Make sure that you take things serious. Don't take everything take things serious, but don't take life too serious. Don't take yourself too serious. Let there be flexibility in the life you are living. You have to beg. Francisco, good morning. God bless you more for telling us the truth. Thank you very much. Abna Quentin, thank you. You are laughing and raising your leg. Wisdom is talking, Robert. Abna, okay. Abna just understood what I was talking about. So we are talking about communication. How? In the first place, I told you in my lecture before I broke to read for you this particular messages that have come. This is brought to you by Ginger Chips. 0277609644. 0277609644 is the main sponsor of our road show. If anybody has any product and you want to sponsor the road show for us, this is Boulevard, let it go, Boulevard, let it go, Boulevard, let it go. Oh, now soldiers will follow Boulevard. Sorry. I'm just making fun of a Boulevard right now. Now when you're driving, a Boulevard comes around, you don't know what to do, because likely they might attack the Boulevard and you also be attacked. But thanks be to God, the Boulevard just bypassed me and it's gone. I could have shown you there's a police car following it. I don't think they're following the Boulevard, but I think there are guns with soldiers following the Boulevard. Maybe they're on their way going, but they're also following the Boulevard to walk out. If there's no money inside, they will kill you. When there's money inside, they will kill you. The driver of the Boulevard is taking 800 Ghana cedis a month, and the policeman in the car is taking 25 Ghana cedis as allowance, and in a month it takes 125 Ghana cedis a month. And you can imagine how much is in the car. You have more than 2 billion in the car, and the man sitting and driving the car is taking less than 1,000 Ghana cedis. Minister the pole. Let me continue my conversation. It's communication. So what am I talking about? Hey. Okay, so as we share the page, some people that I'm supposed to see them here, they are not here. You think we've not shared the page to them, but let me do this quickly as I continue. So communication, the how. The word how. That's my grandfather. Oh, you have a grandfather. Thank you. The word how defines who is in the picture. The word how defines what is going on. So how? It means that there is a process that the thing must be done. And that process should be enjoyed. So it is how. So if you want to communicate with me, Councillor Luttrot, if you're coming to my office, the how is that you go through the process, go through the front desk, book, and immediately you book. You are given a date to come. That is a how. But before you can get clearance for booking, you need to call me on 0277 609 644. Then I give you the office line for booking. How? So we communicate in many ways. That is the how. If His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana is going to talk, usually if you watch very carefully, there can be a lot of podium, what you might call the pulpit, the public address system. A lot of people will speak behind the table. Immediately is the turn of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana One. There is always a change. What is the change? Usually the change that comes up is that immediately we are looking for Nana One, then you will see that they change the podium that carries the coat of arms of Ghana. The microphone is changed. Why do they do that? They do that because the man coming to speak needs a how to communicate to us. So when you want to communicate to somebody, their position, who they are, where they are, in terms of their personality, is very essential. Don't talk to your wife through your children. Don't communicate in any of the forms to your husband through your house help. There are issues that must be discussed through the house help. We go straight. And the reason why we have to discuss these issues with the house help is because the only way to talk is mommy has spoken to you that tell Adwamansa, tell Frema that he should take the stew in the violet bowl. Tell Equia that the stew in the green bowl we kept at the right side in the freezer is what must be cooked for you. You have communicated to the house help to serve me, because every man needs a servant. Oh, you didn't hear that? Every man needs a servant, especially when you become a husband and you are not given the opportunity of service. It's very painful. Very, very painful. So every man needs somebody to serve him. I am a king in my house. A serious king in my house. And the ruling of my kingship is funny. I don't have enough people under my kingdom. But I was excited when I saw the man in Talensi village who had a whole kingdom to himself. And the kingdom is spreading within the purview of the number of children that is running and the wives. And this is a political power. This man should lobby for DC, lobby for assemblymen. He will become the most influential decision-making body. How? Because he has a number of children. How? Because he has influence. How? Because he has a title. How? Because he is not an ordinary person. So the how in terms of relationship is dependent on the person you are communicating with. Not just their physical appearance, but the titles that they carry. The chief executive of a hospital, the chief executive of a company might be your friend. The president of a country might be your buddy. But anytime we're going straight, anytime there's an opportunity for you to address him within his office, learn to address him as His Excellency. We all attended the same school, so what? That's bullshit. Disrespect. Because we don't know the how. The how is very essential. If you are communicating to a mechanic, you know his expertise. You are communicating with him not as Kofi mechanic. I remember the story of a woman who has stored mechanic. They said the man rather stored mechanic. Mechanic 1, mechanic 2. Lo and behold, they are girlfriends. So one day, the wife had a problem, and the wife has forwarded the number to her phone because it is a mechanic. Her car broke down and wanted to surprise the husband by calling the mechanic. All the woman, according to the story, had, hello, hello, this is Vanessa, how may I help you? He said, I'm looking for Mr. Lutrot's mechanic, the one who works on his Volvo. Mr. Lutrot's mechanic, please. I am not a mechanic. I am Vanessa. He said, do you know Mr. Lutrot? He said, I don't know what you're talking about. The guy was good and smart. No, but I took this number from his phone. Are you not a mechanic? He said, I am not a mechanic. Then I'm sorry that the woman went off. Foolish woman. Excuse my early morning language. How do you pick a number from your husband's phone and go and call a mechanic when your car is down? Shame and disgrace. If I gave you the number, you ask me, can you give me the number of your mechanic? So that if anything happens, communication, how? How did you get the number? How did you get the number? So you see, the reason why we have too much fight, misunderstanding in our day-to-day activities, in our police, the way you communicate with the police, immediately a policeman stops me, I go and park, and the next thing I do is that if he's asked me to stay in the car, I stay. There are times that when they are far, I get out of the car. Now insurance now fire extinguisher a jump car say offense or say I'm cautioning you. The next time I will arrest you. Make sure. Thank you, officer. I am communicating with the police officer who is not at. How? Don't joke with the how. This morning, if you are not in talking terms with your husband, your wife, or your baby mama, even your side chick, your sex mate, whoever you are in relationship with, that you're not in good terms with them, the number is not a bad number. It's the numbers that you can always call, so that we solve that issue with you and your boss. You don't know how to communicate with your boss. So every time you have a query, yes, you are late, but there's a way to talk. You want to give a gift, you don't know how to do it. Call me. 0277 609 644. The how is very essential. Don't be provoked to use your children to communicate as well with your husband. Why do you want to address your husband? You are cooking for the man. He doesn't have what it takes. The money is not enough. The money he gave you doesn't enrich you. So things are not going well with you. Why will you cook and insult me before I come and eat the food? Why are you cursing the man whilst he has not come home to eat? So before I eat the food, you've cursed the food already. The how is because I didn't give money for cooking. And so you want to communicate with me in anger. Never speak in anger. Never use your emotions to speak. Unfortunately, women were created with 80% emotions. So no matter what it means, they will always be emotional. But I came to announce to you, the how is very important. Address people because of who they are. If you want to talk to your mother-in-law, know how to talk to your in-law. If you want to talk to your father-in-law, know how to address them. The fact that they are fine with you, the fact that they smile with you, the fact that they easily operate with you doesn't change the fact that they don't have a position in your life. So remember, as I bring the lecture to a close, if there's anything you want to remember, it is that the how is dependent on who I am dealing with. The way I communicate with my children is different from the way I communicate with my wife. The way I go and communicate with my baby mama is not the same way I communicate with my wife. Because she's not in the marriage. She's not in the marriage. If she's in a marriage, the way we'll talk will be different. Do you understand me? Communication is very essential. And don't joke with it. No matter what happens. Learn to have the right communication. The right communication will always change a lot of things in your life. The right communication will change a lot of things in your life. 0277 609 644. 0277 609 644. Let me read your messages for you. And as I read these messages for you, whoever will want to support me in any way, I'm always available. Very, very important. This is coming from Kwabna Ebo, or Kwabna for short. We don't do this when driving. We are not serious in this country. Kwabna, you are a fool. You are a stupid boy. Children of today, you don't respect. Do you see me driving? Foolish boy. Learn to grow. We've allowed you and you are dying. You know, if we don't remove the foolishness from the heart of these children, they will die. And when they die, we lose resources. Maybe this is what we are talking about. Went through scholarship to be able to, as it were, pass. He's used government money to go to school. And foolishly enough, he's coming to attack somebody. You see me in my seat belt and I have a driver in the seat. If you know how to drive and you have a car, you will see that I'm in the passenger seat. We're not serious in this country. Am I the country? Something you think is wrong, they are blaming the country. Stupid boy. You should learn to apologize. God bless you, Sadia. God bless you too. Sadia says, rare talk. God bless you. Let me read more messages for you. See, why then are you watching if he is stalking Jimmy? Sorry, don't mind him, eh? Don't mind him. I'm sorry, don't mind him. I'm the managing consultant of my company and a senior lecturer and consultant on the road show on relationship matters. So when somebody comes to insult me that I am Jimmy, I am not okay, don't worry. Vivian, listen critically. Jennifer, I'm speaking up for you. This man will not stop the Jimmy. Obed, Bonso, you will become Bonso in water. Apparently, your name means you are a fish. It means you are a river child. I don't want to curse you this morning to fall in river. We are learning. If you have credit, 5 cedis credit, save it. The next time we say something that to you is not Jimmy, come and listen. These stupid boys. These stupid boys that we are correcting because of our sensible girls. Because we don't correct these stupid boys who don't respect, they will come and affect our generation. They will come and affect the generation we are living with. And when they affect the generation, we will all die a foolish death. Why? Because they are fools. You come and call me, who have employed people and I'm paying them Jimmy. I won't blame anybody. I'll blame your mother. Yes, your mother. But when a child doesn't respect the elderly, it's because of the mother. Don't bring your mother in public to be disgraced. Use the heel bar sensibly. When the shoe is not a sandals. Or open the buckle to wear it. Jennifer, don't attack this Bonso water boy. At Kwabna Ebo, you are a very stupid boy. You don't have sense. You don't respect your father. So at my age, my life achievement, will you even get there? The number of people I'm influencing and teaching, will you ever get? Stupid boy. You're training you, you're not learning. What I'm teaching right now, do you see me reading from a telepad or reading from a book? I I want to build a generation that is better than any other one. Thank you, the rest of you who are learning. God richly bless you. It has never been a crime anywhere, even to drive. Go and check the laws and do Facebook. As long as the system is connected, you don't respect. You think some of us are your koiko? Good morning, friends. The how to communicate is some of the things we are doing now. Very, very, very important. 0277 609 644. 0277 609 644. Thank you very much this morning for joining me on the how. And as I wrap up this morning with you, remember, there's nothing good and nothing more powerful that can pass knowledge. Knowledge is very powerful. And if you respect those, you think that your lecturer, who is still a lecturer, is a fool. No. He can stop the lecture and become the doctor like you. But they are not the only doctor that he's supposed to produce. He's supposed to produce more doctors. My friend, hear me. Hear the message. Even when you hate the messenger, the message, I might be the wrong messenger. Hear the message before a donkey is used to address you. I might not be the right messenger for you, but hear the message. I don't mind people like this, Urama. But if we don't stop them from fooling, they will die and become a burden on our society, or will grow and affect our generation negatively. Hate the messenger, but listen to the message. I'm out of here now. Don't focus on them. Allow them for me. Formerly, I delete them, but I leave them. Once a while, if you follow me, I address this foolishness, because Bible says, for foolishness is born in the heart of a child. The rod of correction is what will correct the child. 0277 609 644. I give you opportunity if you want to supply the ginger. Just call me on 0277 609 644 and you'll be a supplier of the ginger wherever you are. Jennifer, thank you for the advice. We want to focus on what we are learning. Today, we learn how to communicate. And if you've forgotten the bulletins, the person you are communicating with, you have to know, is it my father? Don't talk to your father like the way your mother will talk to your father. Don't address your husband like the way you address your father. The position of the man in your life, the position of the woman in your life will determine your communication. That is the how. Good morning, loved ones. Good morning, discerning viewers and listeners. I am yours truly, Counselor George Lutrot. This has been your road show that comes your way from Monday to Wednesday. Once I have a driver, I have a show. Thanks to you, Kenneth. Kenneth is doing his best to be able to make sure that our road show becomes stable. But there's still a lot of internet instability. Very soon, I'll get a solution. If you know there's a network that can be stable in all the roads in Accra, I am ready to spend money and buy. I am ready. But thanks to those of you who are supporting us. 0277 609 644. I'm out of here for now. Thank you for joining me. Any challenge in relationship you have, any spiritual challenge you have, any health condition you have, call me Counselor Luttrot, and I'll be ready to assist you. 0277 609 644. God bless you. May your day become fruitful. May you end your day well. May everything you touch be a blessing. May you not have trouble by the end of the day. Don't end your day in a hospital. May you not end your day in the mortuary. Nothing will cause you to be called among the dead today. I pray for you that your patience will lead you to where the promised land is designated for you. Hear me. Your prison stage right now is not your final stage. Your clothing will be changed. A new dress will be put on you because of where you're going. Remember, communication is not just by verbal, non-verbal, written. That is why I come to you every time, not forgetting my heart, cap, or my shades. Thank you very much for your support. All of you who came to pass through, I can't mention you, but I'm happy. If you're watching me right now, Akosua, thank you so much. You're always there for me. God bless you. If you're watching me right now, and you're not following Counselor Luttrot, follow by the button right now, so that anytime we come, you can have it. The follow button is there. Join the Facebook follow button. Or you can send me a request, friend request on my main page, Counselor George Luttrot. I have about 1,270 people to robe into my Facebook account. I deleted 2,005 people. So join me on that page. Let's build a like page of 1 million people. Imagine I come around and I'm affecting 1 million people at a stretch once. Ghana and the whole world be a better place to live in terms of relationship. Me, I shall not die, but I will live and declare the works of the Lord. Truth. Truth. He says, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Not my truth, the truth. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I love you. I love you. But remember, I am not a great man. I have a great God. He loves you more than I do. Stay blessed. Go to YouTube immediately. Subscribe to Counselor Luttrot and watch all the lectures we have had. I go to YouTube and I go and watch communication. How? You have people watching. 11 people comes to watch. I go and paste another video. Funny face has 2 twins. Bah! There are people who come and watch. Close to 1K. I say, no, there's a problem with that generation. What will help them? They don't read. Oh my God, my dear, you are here. Mary, my Obuasi distributor of this. If you are in Obuasi, Mary, type your number by permission. If you are in Obuasi, call Mary for your ginger chips. So who Obuasi afre Mary? Do be out be afre Mary. Nesonia defa or your sole distributor, authorized dealer of ginger chips and communion wine. Mary Cheneboa, I love you, girl. You know, from my heart. God bless you for your support. Thank you very much, Mary. Type your number as a wrap-up. I was going before you came, Mary. I'm seeing a lot of people working in the corner there. Let me see if I can see some faces without names. Okay. Thank you for coming. Thank you all for coming. You don't have to use my spectacle like this. Wow. Wow. Mary, your number, I know it's 0247 or so, eh? Yeah. Let me wrap up with Mary. Mary will type your number in the place. 0247 0247 498 801. 0247 498 801. 0247 498 801. Call Mary right now for business purposes, and your life will not be the same again. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll not regret your date. For the last time, the original number for the original counselor. Forget the rest. Choose the best. Counselor Luttrot. 0277 609 604. Let me close here as I start to take off my dead bodies and my live bodies in the hospital environment. I'm happy to know that you came to watch me. Love you. Mwah.